Hey Scooter Pies, it's Miss Susanna, and I thought we could do a little bit more handwriting. So let's make sure we've got our handwriting books. Remember, it's this orange one. If you need to go get it, you can pause the video and go get your handwriting book and come on back. We got our bus and our friends and our truck on the front. We are ready to go. Okay, so we are turning to page 53. Last time we were on page 52. Now we are going to be on page 53. Check it out. 5-3. Great. Good job. So we've been working on letters, and today we're going to work on putting together a couple of words and even a sentence, because you're such smarties. So my smart little kiddos, let's get started. Our first word, let's sound them out, and then we'll do some tracing and some writing. Let's see what letters we can find in this first word, and if we can remember what sounds each of these letters makes. So we were just working on this letter. That's a pencil, penguin. P, it's a lowercase p. And then next door, like umbrella or unicorn, that's a U. Great. And this last one is a tall T. So we've got P-U-T. T. Put. Put. That's the word put. Like I put my pencil in my other hand. Put. Great. Let's trace it. Come all the way down for this nice fall letter. P is a fall letter because it falls below the line. Big straight line down, then swim up over the top. Come all the way around and bump into your own fall line, right? With a U, we're going to scoop all the way around down onto the bottom and make a little line on the side. Great job. And for our T, it's a nice tall letter. It's a tall T. So we're going to make our big straight line down. And then to make sure that we know that our readers know that it's a T and not an L. Do you see this L over here? It's just a straight line. But if we put a cross on this letter, it becomes a T instead of an L. Do you see that? If it had no cross, it would be an L. Okay, but that's P-U-T-T, put. All right, we traced it. Let's write it. Down below, we have the same lines as up above, so we're going to make our P. We're going to start at the top line. We're not going to start way above. We're not going to start way below. We're going to start at this line right here. We're going to make our big, long fall line all the way down. Great job. We're going to come back, swim up and over, come all the way around and bump into our line, and then we get a P. All right, next is our U. We scoop all the way under, come back up to the top and make a little line on the side so our reader knows that that's a U. Now we're going to make our tall T. Tall T. Tall, we're going to start way up in the sky and come all the way down. Beautiful. We want to make our cross right here at the line to make sure our reader knows that that's a T. Good job. P-U-T. Great. Put. We just wrote put. Good job. Next word is a popcorn word. Does anybody recognize that word? Sometimes we can just look at a word and know exactly what it is, right? Sometimes it takes a little work to figure out which letters those are and to sound them out and then figure out which word all of the letters come together to make. So let's sound it out together. Let's figure out these letters. We just talked about this one. That's an L. L, lamp, L, like lollipop or lion. La, 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 la. That's an I with a little dot on top, like igloo or ice cream. So that's lie. Then we come to a K. K, like kangaroo, like. Then we have an E at the end, and the E helps the I to have a long I sound instead of an I sound. You'll learn more about that as you get bigger. But L-I-K-E is like. Great job. So we're going to trace it. Big tall line for L. Then I is a shorter line. It's a small letter, even though it has a little dot on top that we're not going to forget. K is another tall letter. Remember, we have tall, small, and fall. Tall K. Line comes all the way down. Then we have our slanting lines to complete our K. our angle lines. You remember Miss A talks about straight lines, curvy lines, and angle lines. You see how there's an angle? 2 angle lines for K. Those are angles. So we have a big long straight line, 2 angle lines. Then we have our E. Let's trace our E. Do we notice where our straight line for E is? Is it at any of the lines that the book has printed for us? No, it's hanging out right in the middle, right? Our straight line and our E is right in the middle of the 2 lines. So we're going to make a straight line across, and then boom, we're going to run all the way around the bases to complete our E. Now, do we close this up? Do we make a whole circle like an O? No, we leave it open, almost like a mouth. Nom, 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 nom. See? E has a little open mouth here instead of being closed like a circle. So let's trace it one more time. Nice straight line across in the middle, and then boom, we're going to go all the way around the bases. We're going to leave our E open. Great. So let's write it. We traced it. Now let's write it. I'm going to start way up tall for our big, tall L. Then we're going to start at the dotted line for our I, because that's a small letter, not a tall. And we're going to stop at the bottom line because it's not a fall letter, it's a small. Then comes K. Is that a tall, small, or fall letter, our K? You're right, it's a tall. Big, tall K. And then we come in with our little angle lines. Starting at the dotted line, angle, angle, great job. Then we're going to write our E. Remember, our straight line that we're going to start with is right in the middle of the dotted line and the bottom line. Right in the middle, in between those 2 lines, we're going to write our straight line across to begin our E. And then boom, we're going to run all the way around the bases, but we're going to leave it open. Great job, friends. All right. Like. That's a great popcorn word. Next word, let's sound it out together. Anybody recognize this letter? Starts the word jaguar and jelly bean and jump rope. Remember, we were just doing some jump rope classes in gym. It also starts our friend Jackson's name. That's a J. It's a lowercase j, though. So for Jackson, because it's his first name and first names are very special, that would be a capital J. I used to think about capital letters as grown-up letters and then lowercase letters as kiddo letters. So uppercase to me were grown-up letters and lowercase were kiddo letters. So if it helps you to think about them that way, you go ahead and think about them that way too. So let's trace our, let's figure out the rest of the word, sorry. So we know this is an E. We just worked on an E here. So we have J, E, and then we know this one too. We just worked on this one over here. That's a T. J, E, T. Let's sound it out. J, E, egg, E makes an sound, and t, like triceratops or truck, right? J, t, jet. Jet. Our book helped us out by giving us a picture of a jet right over here. That's the word jet. Let's trace our letters. We're going to start at the top line, but we're going to fall below the bottom line, right? That's a fall letter. So zoom, we're going to go straight down. And we're going to scoop a little curve. We talked straight line, curvy line, and angle lines. And at the bottom of our fall for our J, that's what we call curve, right? So a big long line that falls below the bottom line, and then a curvy monkey tail at the bottom. And don't forget your dot on top. All right, we just worked really hard on E over here, so let's see if we can do it again over here. We start our line across, straight line right in the middle of those 2 lines, and then boom, we're going to go all the way around the bases, but we're going to leave the little chomper mouth open, right? We're not going to complete the circle and make an O. We want to make sure it's an E. And tall, tall T, starting way up in the sky with the jet over there and come all the way down to the bottom line. Then we want to cross our T. Great job. We traced it. Let's write it. Let's start at that line. Just like up here, the J starts on the top line. We're going to start our J on the top line, and we're going to fall below the bottom line, and we're going to scoop around for a little monkey tail. What am I forgetting? On top, the little dot. Great job. Next letter. is our E, our good friend E, who's such a hard worker and helps out so many words in so many different ways. So we're going to start right in the middle of these two lines. I'm not going to start my E up here. Not going to start my E down here. Not up here, not down here, right in the middle, right next to the J. So a straight line across, and then boom, all the way around the bases. And we leave that little monster mouth open. Num, 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 right? Great job. And we're going to make another T. Tall, tall T. So start way up in the sky for our tall, tall letter T. We're going to come all the way down. And boom, right to the line. What am I forgetting? Because right now it kind of looks like an L to me. It doesn't look like a T. I forgot to cross it. So let's cross that T. Okay? So let's take another look at the words we just wrote. Put. You traced it and you wrote it. Great job. Like. Trace it, write it. Good job. Jet. Trace it, write it. Great job, friends. And it's okay if they're not perfect. My letters aren't perfect. We're just practicing so we can get better and better and better at this. Okay? It's okay if they don't look exactly like the book's letters. You're still working on it, and I'm still working on it too, and I think we're doing a great job. So let's work on this sentence next time, because we took our time making sure we were doing our best job on these letters and these words, okay? So we'll move on to this sentence next time, okay? Great job, kiddos. Thank you. Good work. See you next time.